A lone man standing motionless in a dark, empty room at night, illuminated only by pale moonlight leaking through a window. His face is partially hidden in shadow, eyes open, alert, as if he senses something unseen. The room feels unnaturally quiet and vast, walls subtly bending inward. Thin fog floats near the floor, dust particles hang in the air, shadows gather in corners like silent observers.
There comes a moment in a man's life when the noise disappears. The phone stops ringing. The room feels larger, emptier. The voices that once surrounded him fade into silence, and all that's left is his own breathing and the weight of his thoughts. It's in that quiet that fear often shows up first. Not loud, not dramatic, just a whisper that asks, "What if no one is coming to save you?" And in that moment, when the world feels like it has turned its back, when the doors you knocked on stay closed, when even your own strength feels unreliable, that is where this story begins. Not with power, not with confidence, but with a man who has nothing left except God. This message matters because there are men walking through life right now, carrying battles no one sees. Men who are expected to be strong, silent, unshaken. Men who provide, protect, and persevere while quietly falling apart on the inside. This message speaks to the man who has lost people he thought would never leave, to the man who trusted, gave, sacrificed, only to end up alone, to the man sitting in his car a little longer than necessary because home doesn't feel like peace anymore. If that's you, this is not an accident. This moment is not punishment. It is preparation.
There's a unique kind of pain that comes when a man realizes he cannot lean on anyone anymore. Friends disappear when the struggle lasts too long. Family doesn't always understand the weight you carry. The world applauds you when you're winning, but grows distant when you're breaking. And slowly, without warning, you find yourself standing alone. No applause, no backup clan, just unanswered prayers and sleepless nights. That kind of isolation can either destroy a man or redefine him. At first, the loneliness feels unbearable. You replay conversations in your head, wondering what you did wrong. You question your worth. You wonder why everyone else seems to have support while you're fighting silent wars. You tell yourself to man up, to keep moving, but the truth is, you're exhausted. Not physically, soul-deep exhausted. And in that exhaustion, something dangerous happens. You realize you don't have the luxury of pretending anymore. When no one is watching, when no one is cheering, when no one is holding you up, you are forced to confront who you really are.
This is where most men break. But this is also where the strongest men are born. Because when a man has no one but God, distractions fall away. Ego dies. Pride gets stripped. There is no image to protect anymore. No one to impress. No mask to wear. It's just you and the truth. And God does his deepest work in truth, in the quiet, in the moments where you finally stop running and say, "I can't do this alone." There is a strange strength that comes from surrender, not the kind that looks powerful on the outside, but the kind that anchors you on the inside. When you reach the end of yourself, you don't fall into nothing. You fall into God. And that's when you begin to realize something profound. The isolation wasn't abandonment, it was alignment. God didn't remove people to punish you.
He removed them to protect you, to teach you how to stand without leaning on broken support systems. When a man has no one but God, his prayers change. They're no longer polished, no longer rehearsed. They're raw, honest, sometimes angry, sometimes desperate, sometimes just silence with tears that say more than words ever could. And God listens, not to perfection, but to sincerity. God meets the man who comes with nothing to offer but his broken heart and says, "This is enough."
In that season, you begin to hear differently. You notice how loud the world was before, how many voices shaped your decisions, how much of your identity was built on approval. And now, in the stillness, God begins to rebuild you from the inside out, not into who the world wanted you to be, but into who you were always meant to become. This is the deep lesson most people never understand. Being alone is not the same as being lonely when God is present. Loneliness says you are forgotten. Solitude with God says you are being formed. When everything else is stripped away, God becomes not your last option, but your foundation. And a man built on God does not collapse when storms come. He stands differently. He walks differently. He carries himself with a quiet confidence that doesn't beg for validation. Then comes the turning point. It's subtle but powerful. One day you wake up and realize the pain doesn't control you anymore. The silence doesn't scare you. The opinions of others don't define you. You've been through nights that should have broken you, yet here you are, still standing, stronger, wiser, more grounded. And you understand now, losing everyone didn't mean losing everything. It meant gaining clarity. You see it clearly now. God didn't leave you when others did. He stayed. He carried you through moments you didn't think you'd survive. He gave you strength when you had none. And in that realization, something shifts inside you. Gratitude replaces bitterness. Faith replaces fear. Purpose replaces confusion. You stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" and start asking, "Who am I becoming because of this?" And here is the truth that seals it all. When a man has no one but God, he becomes unshakable. Because when you've survived alone with God, you are no longer afraid of losing people. You are no longer dependent on applause. You know where your strength comes from. And that kind of man cannot be manipulated, broken, or controlled by the world. So if you are in that season right now, where it feels like it's just you and God, don't rush it. Don't numb it. Don't escape it. This is holy ground. This is the season where weak attachments are cut, where character is forged, where faith becomes personal. God is not building your comfort. He is building your core. And one day, people will see the strength you carry and wonder how you became this solid, this calm, this resilient. They won't see the nights you cried alone. They won't see the prayers whispered in the dark. They won't see the moments where God was all you had. But you will remember, and you will know this is where you were made. Because when a man has no one but God, he finally has everything he needs.